Later in my People Like Us segment, I'll have the pleasure of interviewing Deb Kinney, a partner in a San Francisco law firm that specializes in estate planning and domestic partner issues for the LGBT community. We'll be exploring the importance of wills and trust for our community, so stay tuned to hear about how this could apply to you. Welcome to this segment where we honor the diversity of people in our community, people like us. I'm pleased to welcome Deb Kinney, a partner of the BVH Law Firm, a law firm in San Francisco that specializes in estate planning and domestic partner issues for the LGBT community. Deb sits on the Horizons Foundation Board, is a member of the California State Bar Trust and Estates Section, and the Bar Association of San Francisco. She received her BA in Sociology from the University of California and her JD from the New College School of Law. Deb speaks regularly on current issues affecting the LGBT community. Deb, thanks for joining us at Outlook Video.
And thanks for having me, Roberta. It's nice to be here.
It's great to have you because you cover lots of issues for the LGBT community with your law firm. Why is it so important for all of us in our community to have different knowledges about law in particular?
Well, you know, it's really interesting because even those of us that are in relationship and have been for many, many years and feel like there's significant people in our lives who would step in and take care of us and know what we want and how we want to handle our affairs, they may have absolutely no legal rights whatsoever. And it's not intuitive at all that your partner of many, many years couldn't help you out if need be.
Now, aren't these things covered specifically, though, by oh, I've forgotten the word for it. But the registration for partnerships. Is that to handle now? Isn't that not taken care of?
You know, the new registered domestic partnership laws, known as the Domestic Partnership Rights and Responsibilities Act of 2003, is actually a huge step forward for our community. And it really does afford a number of rights that we've never had before. So from a legal point of view, it's fantastic. It permeates all different areas and gives rights to couples who are registered with the state of California. Now, there's also the responsibilities that go with that, and there are some complications at this point. So, first of all, there's about 75,000 people who are registered at this point, 75,000 couples. And in so doing, they do get a lot of rights. But you know what? As soon as you go to Reno for the weekend, you're legal strangers again.
Wow.
So even the rights that are conferred by registered domestic partnership status are not, you know, not the end-all be-all. It's not the equivalent of marriage.
Okay. Now, how about in the medical situation? If, like, I'm in a committed relationship, if I get to go to the hospital, isn't it just an assumption that my partner can go and see me and take care of some things for me? You
know, that's not an assumption I would make anymore, any place really. As a registered domestic partner, you do have the right to hospital visitation and medical decision making. Having said that, again, as soon as you leave the state, you don't have that right anymore. So those rights don't travel with you. We've had a number of instances where we've had clients kept out of hospitals. And in places where you wouldn't think it would happen. For instance, it was a year ago June in Provincetown. We had a client whose partner was kept out of the hospital.
My goodness.
Yeah. So that, I think that's probably the most important document that everybody should have no matter what. And you don't have to be in a relationship to have an advanced health care directive. You just need to be able to sign the document so that the people in your life that would step up to the plate and take care of you have the right tools to do so.
Yeah, well, that's very important. And now back to wills and estate planning. I know that maybe for many of us seems like a far-off thing to do, but that's important especially for the LGBT community, true?
Again, it's very important because many of us don't have rights, you know, within the context of our relationship, especially if we're not registered domestic partners. And when people think of estate planning, I think they often make a false presumption that it's only about giving away assets at death. And really, there's so much more to doing proper estate planning. If you have the documents in order, they should cover your incapacity as well. And for those of us that are not, you know, that were younger or don't really anticipate having to face our maker right away, if you will, there's a lot of other things that could happen.
Wow, there's just so much entailed in this that we really do need the assistance of a lawyer to help get this through.
Well, there's some complexities again. Tax law is very different.
Oh, taxes. Okay.
For individuals.
You bet.
And because we're not recognized as a marital unit, we don't have the marital deduction, the unlimited marital deduction. And so we can't get by. We have to make sure that we set things up properly. You know, there's a lot of people that own their homes as joint tenants.
Yeah, that's true. This looks like it's very complex. Perhaps we'll even have to have you back on the show again to get into it. But for those of us who would like to pursue this, those of us who have, and those of us who would like to pursue this, please take a look at your video screen now, where you can get more information about Deb's law firm and about all these types of pertinent information that I think you'll need. Deb, thanks so very much for coming on.
My pleasure. Thanks, Roberta.
We appreciate having you.
Thank you.